Hey, Leafs Nation. Today, we're diving into a trade proposal that's sparking hot debates behind the scenes. Imagine this. Jesse Puljujarvi, the former 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft, wearing the blue and white of the Leafs. Sounds bold, right? But does it make sense? Let's break down this idea right now. What's on the table? The rumor came from a proposal on Puckpedia, where a fan suggested a straight swap. Maple Leafs receive Jesse Puljujarvi. Penguins receive Nick Robertson. Puljujarvi, currently with the Pittsburgh Penguins, is a player still carrying the weight of high draft expectations, but has never quite lived up to his potential. He's in the final year of a $1.6 million contract, with modest numbers this season. 18 games, 3 goals, and 5 assists. On the other hand, Nick Robertson, who has already expressed interest in leaving Toronto, is in a similar situation. With just 1 goal in 17 games this season, he seems stuck on the Leafs bench with no room to showcase his talent. A trade like this could give both players a fresh start. Why Puljujarvi? With Austin Matthews, Max Domi, Max Pacioretty, Kaye Jarnkrok, and David Kampf due to injury, Toronto urgently needs offensive depth. Puljujarvi may not be a superstar, but as a third-line piece, he could bring some added weight and consistency to the attack. On top of that, Matthews has been out since early November, dealing with an injury that took him to Germany for treatment. While Brad Treliving says Matthews is close to returning, the team can't rely on that alone. Without Matthews, the Leafs offense has lost 11 points in 13 games. The question remains, is Puljujarvi really the right guy to fill this gap? Or would he just be an expensive and risky stopgap? What about the Penguins? From Pittsburgh's side, the trade makes sense. The team started the season with a weak record, 7-10-4, and has already begun looking for rejuvenation, recently trading Lars Eller. Nick Robertson, at 22 years old, could be the perfect fit for this process. He's young, affordable, and has potential. Exactly what Kyle Dubas, the Penguins GM, is looking for. But would Dubas, who was previously the Leafs GM, agree to this trade with Toronto without asking for more? Or does he know something about Robertson that the Leafs might be trying to hide? Is it worth it for the Leafs? Here's where the conversation heats up. Puljujarvi is a gamble. He has NHL experience, but his numbers aren't impressive. For Toronto, the risk is clear. Trading a young player like Robertson for someone who might not make an impact. On the other hand, the Leafs are in a win-now window. Can they afford to wait for Robertson to wake up while the team fights for a title? If we're honest, this trade is a classic dilemma of risk versus reward. Puljujarvi could be exactly what the team needs right now, or he could turn out to be an expensive mistake. What do you think? Now it's your turn to speak. I think this trade has its merits, but I also see the risks. Does it make sense to risk a promising young player for a gamble like Puljujarvi? Or do you think Treliving should wait for a better opportunity? Comment below. Would you make this trade? And why? Oh, and before you go, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with other Leafs fans. Let's build the biggest community of Toronto Maple Leafs fans on YouTube together. See you next time.